My name is Ermelinda and I'm a PhD student at Staffordshire University within the School of Justice, Security and Sustainability. I study archaeology and my focus is in death, burial and bereavement during Bronze and Iron Age. I spent 13 years looking after the children, and whilst I still doing the GCSE at the local college, I was looking on the internet for any archaeology courses that was local because I didn't want to drive long distance. I looked for things within an hour drive. One October evening, I found the Center of Archaeology at Staffordshire Uni. It was a bit like love at the first sight. Once you know you got the right course, the right researcher that you want to supervise, it's no point of looking around for anything else. When I started talking to my now PhD supervisor and we mentioned the idea of a PhD, I wasn't quite aware what a PhD involved, so I went for it without knowing what it involved, and it was quite exciting, and so I wasn't nervous or worried about anything, so I just went for it. I saw the opportunities. They gave me the privilege to do a thesis and the research the way I wanted to do it. When I started the PhD, one of the things that I was quite unsure was, before the pandemic was really starting, is how I could fit doing a PhD, come to Staffordshire University whilst looking after the children but having time on my own. And in some ways, after a week at the university, the pandemic forced me to be at home, and I had to find that balance between bringing up children, looking after home, and doing a PhD. It was a tough time, but it was a very exciting time because it gave me that space when I wanted to do my research. I wanted to find out, I wanted to go away and do the research in the way that I wanted to do it. When I first started the PhD, I thought I'll just do research-based and I'll just focus on my area of research, but as the year passed and we opened a bit more into the teaching in person, I got involved in teaching, and I realized that I quite love working with students and learning more about higher education. So talking with my supervisors, the university and the center gave me the opportunity to carry on with the PGCHPE course and do some additional teaching within my PhD research. And it's great to have these other opportunities alongside PhDs that also improve your research and improve your employability. One of the most positive experiences at Staff Uni was the Enhanced PGR project. It gave me the opportunity within the lockdown to meet students, PGR students from different areas of research that I wouldn't have met otherwise. And it's good to see where people come from and their perspective on the research. And I've learned so much from them, and we ended up even having conversation about PhDs and post-PhDs ideas. And it was good as well to see things from the university's perspective, how they see things and how students see them, and try to marry these two together. My supervision experience has been a very positive experience because the PhD supervisors gave me the freedom to choose the research in the way that I wanted to do it. I always wanted an archaeological research with a bit of edge in it, something to bring something different, and they trusted me to bring it in the way that I wanted to conduct research, whilst advising me on the literature and the ways that I could do it. It's been a two-way relationship in the way that fits me and what is best for me and how I want to take the research and how I want to develop research. The most important thing about learning a PhD is how the importance of doing a research that excites you, an idea that you can wake up in the morning and look forward to find the research, to find the results, to write the things. And I think the thing that I've learned is that I'm not doing a PhD just as a burden. I'm doing a PhD for something I love, for something that I want to do long term, and the PhD is me. My 3 advices for anyone who starts a new PhD research will be to read anything within a subject, outside the subject, any type of literature, fiction, non-fiction, whatever thing that you find is available. And the second advice, it would be to have a peer support, a group of PhDs or postdoc researchers or early careers that know what you're talking about, that can support you and they can understand and can empathize and sympathize with you as a PhD researcher. The third advice, it would be to have a life outside the PhD, like joining a group or taking a new sport or getting a new dog or going to church, anything that will give you some sense of normality, that you are just a human being at the end of the day who's doing research that you love. One of the ways that I'd like the PhD to affect my future, apart of the fact that it's already helping me to become a better researcher, I'd like to carry on conducting research within England and Albania, and to carry on with research whatever the opportunities come along. It could be a postdoc here at Staffordshire University, or it could be further research in the field. I'm just open to every opportunity. My message to someone who's thinking of doing a PhD is just, it is a privilege of doing a PhD. It's only less than 2% of the UK population who's conducting research. And this is an experience like anything else. It's got ups, it's got downs, but it brings the best and the worst in you, but it makes you the researcher, it makes you to see the world from a different perspective. I'll just say, just get on and do it.